Well, hello, my wonderful gamers. No, I am not Nerd Lounge Master 84. Todd is out tonight. I'm your host and showrunner, Chaotic BPR, and welcome to Arcades Anonymous. We got a very special guest, but I want to go ahead and bring on all of my co-hosts tonight. Jay Pixel.
What's going on, man?
Stock Jock. G.I. Joel. Multicade Matt. And Gallagher Guy 88 is here, but it looks like he's having a little bit of internet issues. He'll be right back. How's it going, gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Man, it's a great day. Great day.
Yes. I'm excited for tonight's conversation.
Oh, I am too.
I am too as well. So without further ado, we got to bring the lady out. Avie, right? Avie is here.
Hey.
Let's put you up front.
Yeah.
There you go.
Swap.
There you go. Where she needs to be.
Oh, and then never late to the party. My man, Gallagher Guy 88's here. Uh-oh, his camera's screwed up again. There he goes.
There we go. Stuck in the closet.
Yeah. Sorry, the internet's terrible in this room.
But you got your bourbon next to you, so you should be okay.
That's right. Yeah. If your internet craps out again, just grab a bottle.
There you go. I'll sit back and enjoy the show. How about that?
Yeah.
Let you all talk.
Oh, no. We got to convince you to buy one of these things, buddy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm already about
I don't-
70% of the way there.
I don't think it'd be too hard after we talk with her tonight.
Yeah.
Just make sure you put my link in there.
And then some of us got to do live streams. And by the way, yes, J Pixel Gamer Fridge's link is in the description of this video. Get
Appreciate
10% off, man. That's how I went with it. And I'm so glad I did, man. So I just built mine about an hour ago. So super excited to get really dove into it. But it's not about us, man. It's about our guests tonight.
That's right.
So please introduce yourself to everybody. I know you recently were on James Hates Everything. And
Good friend of ours.
Yeah,
we
great
love
friend
James.
of ours. And then you got Papa Brad's show on Friday night coming up later this week. So, but yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody here.
Does James hate your X Arcade? after you got done with the show, does James still hate the tank stick?
I think he's come around about it.
Okay,
Sweet.
good.
I knew it. I knew he didn't hate it.
Hey, James. So, hey, I'm Avie. I'm a representative for X Arcade. I am their director of social media and marketing. So I curate all of their social content and get to hang out with these awesome influencers.
Sweet.
Oh, we're awesome. That's great.
Sweet.
man.
We made it, guys.
We're influencers, guys. We're influencers.
You have influencers.
Oh, he shills now? When do we become shills?
For the X Arcade, we are.
Heck yeah.
That's right.
Only you are, Jay.
That's true.
That's
Only
true.
Hi, B.
Hey, look, I already got a pretty good question in the chat right now. Does anybody know if this works with EMUVR?
I don't have the answer.
We think it will. Do you know what EMU VR is, Abby?
I do not. I'm not as versed in VR outside of
Well,
Meta.
we'll bring it up, but it's basically another what you guys call it. It's another way to experience virtual reality, which is have your own arcade in virtual reality and be able to play them and have people actually come in and play other games with you as well.
Yes, that's the one that James was talking about having different chat methods.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's like Arcade Ranger, but not with mixed reality. You're actually in the virtual world, and you can actually play with other people.
It started out as a bedroom, like you're in like your bedroom as a kid, and you can put up posters, and you have all these TVs that have all the retro consoles, and then somebody modded it to actually add actual arcade machines, and then from there it's kind of growing into an actual full arcade.
Yeah,
it's still in it's a open source.
It's an evolving community thing.
Yeah, it's an independent project. I don't know if it's open source or not, but it's one of those that we're keeping an eye on. And as it uses MAME, so from what I understand, as long as it can, and it hooks up to your PC. So from my experience of using the X Arcade, it's and once you plug in, it's automatically set up for MAME if you put it in keyboard mode. So theoretically, it should work as long as you use the PC. I
Well,
can
it-
test it out for you, Meatball, if you want
I was
to.
about to say it's about perfect because me, you, Stock Jock, we all have one now, so we can
Todd.
obviously work with Meatball Saucy.
Yep. And
Yep. We're gonna be selling some for you tonight, Avie. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we already got 2 in chat that says, "Man, I need to pick one of these things up." So that's good stuff.
Yep. And we've got
And as an
yeah.
as an added bonus, Nerd Lounge Master, he's trying to get his sub count up, and he said if he gets to 1,000 subs, he'll give one away for free, guys. So
Right.
get over
There you
there and sub to Nerd Lounge Master, so you can get one for free.
Actually, let me fix that. It's actually this channel gets
It's
to
actually this
1,000.
channel to 1,000.
This channel,
Yeah.
not his.
Oh,
He's
this
giving
channel?
away
This channel.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Arcade's
Yeah.
Anonymous. If Arcade's Anonymous gets to 1,000, we'll be giving away Arcade 2 TV XR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tankstick VR,
Yep.
Thanks,
I like that name too.
I do too.
Yes.
which I think
So-
is a better branding. As if you were involved in the branding or any, just change the name to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's-
Mhm.
we're all struggling with that. Like,
Arcade
X,
2
Y,
TV
2,
XR, yeah.
What? Why did they?
So I think the name comes from one of their older products, actually called Arcade 2 TV,
Yes, ma'am.
which was like an old cabinet that you can actually like play games on and was like stationary. And then this came and developed like name wise from there. But looks and feel, it's all Tankstick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why don't you tell us about your product though, real quick? Just tell
Yeah,
us
of
why
course.
this thing is so awesome, and why we're all going to
Yeah.
be loving it here.
So Arcade 2 TV XR is a great way to feel like you're standing at a real arcade cabinet while you play other games. So you could play whether you're in VR, Xbox, PlayStation, you name it, you're really at an arcade cabinet. It doesn't matter what kind of system you want to play. You can have all the original controls of an arcade cabinet. And then I think some of my favorite parts about it is to be able to feel like you're really there in the arcade, like better than a stinky mall arcade that still exists right now. You can be right there in front of your own cabinet and choose to play whatever pinball game or arcade cab you want to.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, so it doesn't emulate the stinky arcade smell?
No, I think you can buy a candle.
That's my
from
favorite part.
Yeah, there you go.
That'll be a version 3.
There you go. It's like you
We'll
need
add
like a
smell-o-vision
candle, right?
to
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
add candles
Yes.
Candles.
included in the like
Yeah.
add-ons because there's adapters that you can connect to like the Switch. I've played Super Smash Bros on this thing,
Yes, ma'am.
so you can just adapt and play how you want to.
Now, it looks like traditional games work. Now, what about Qbert? Like, there's a couple that have like unique, like Congo Bongo Qbert. There's a couple that have diagonals versus the horizontal and vertical axis.
hmm So
So-
it comes with 4 different restrictor gates that you can swap out for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
joystick. So that's awesome and fully customizable. So I think the straight up circle version is in it right now. I know there's an 8-way, a 4-way. So there's a lot of really good restrictor gates that come with it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And then the joysticks, the top of it, they're the ball top knobs right now. There's bat top underneath it, and it comes with it. So if you open up the bottom of it, you have your bat top knobs.
Yeah, I switched mine out to the bat top
Yeah.
as soon as I got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, what were you saying? Sorry, what were you saying about the restrictor gates? Are they manual switching or automatic switching? You have to switch them yourself underneath the.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to switch them yourself.
So
Okay.
these are it. I have them all.
Your traditional gates. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're actually just standard ones. So those are the ones that come with it. So I don't know.
Easy to swap in and out, Jay.
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing like one side 4, one side the regular fighting. So I don't know if this one could do the angle like
There's
for
a
Qbert or
4-way, a
not.
circular, and an octagonal one.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, the circle and then that one.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. So GeForce guys got a question, and this is one that's like super, like I know fresh coming out pretty much y'all kind of broke it on James Hates Everything stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, tell us more about the haptic features.
So I know
And-
they're working on ways to get to rumble like an original pinball machine does, along with being able to physically tilt your machine rather than using a joystick. We've been getting a lot of feedback with this immediate release of, hey, I want to be able to tilt like I'm at a real cabinet. Like the closest we have on this version, because it wasn't originally made for Pinball FX, it was made for arcade cabinet design like Arcade Ranger and different emulator games. But the ability and the foresight to have the pinball like flippers on the side was awesome. So from there, with the Pinball FX VR partnership, we were like, hey, we're getting feedback about getting more tilt. So we're working on being able to physically like hit the table for tilt instead, and then working on a plunger in probably the front is what I'm thinking, like the same positioning it would be on a real pinball machine.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because that would be the only critique I heard when it first came out. It doesn't have the nudge buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh, you're missing the nudge buttons, and because I know other ones had two, but that would be even better if you could just hit it,
like shake it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mitigate it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So that's even better. We talked about this behind stage, but what went into engineering this thing, and it seems like you guys thought through like future proofing this machine.
Yes. So they thought through future proofing this machine to make sure it's adaptable with consoles that have come in the past, with like Raspberry Pi and Steam Deck, and being able to play with PC and like you name it, but to continue moving it forward with Switch adapters and PS5, Xbox. So as they continue to have more consoles come out, you could just get a different adapter and play whatever system you want.
Sweet.
And then, of course, headsets.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah.
So like a switch, all the connections for like Switch and the PlayStation 5. And so what do those normally run per connection?
Let me see.
Well, I can help because I just purchased for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
So the adapter for the USB connection from Xarcade's website, $30, and then you had to buy the Brooks USB dongle that plugs into the console.
Yep.
That runs about $50 to $60.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you need that middle one if you're going to do it with an Xbox. The one on the left is good for PlayStation.
Yeah, and there's like ones that will do like PS1, PS2, Game Boy, and Dreamcast, and then
wow.
And I think when you get into the PS4, PS5, you're going to need something like
a combination of the two.
Combination, yeah.
And if you're doing 2-player, you need 2 of them.
Yeah, because doesn't it split? That's the whole point of that adapter. It splits it off into two controllers, so it can use it. But I have played with it. If you hook it up wired to your headset, and you can play the Xbox app in your headset, it will see it as one controller without any adapter. So I have played with that. It's kind of janky, but you hook it up to your headset with a wire, but you can kind of wire it off. But it is you are able to use it because it sees it as an Xbox controller.
That's neat.
Yep. And in theory, the delay would be minimal if you're just hardwired.
Yeah, I didn't see any lag.
Yeah. And Mike Hawkhurst brings up a good point. He goes, likely if you already own one of those older X arcades, that all those adapters will work with this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They don't seem to be machine specific.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Real quick, I just want to say thank you so much, B. Kirby, for gifting 10 Arcades Anonymous memberships. Thank you so much, man, for contributing to the show and helping us out. Really appreciate it, man. God bless, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, he's donating memberships every week, it seems.
I know.
Yeah. I think he donated them so much. I saw in the live feed today. It actually came about and donated one back to himself. So he must have he's donated enough for all of our subscribers that it came back, and now it's hitting him too.
Real quick, Meatball Saucy, he's got awesome questions, by the way. Do you happen to know possibly what the spring pound
Great
limit?
question.
I do not know that answer.
like a 6 or 8 on a fighter is a must because you can throw easily. Yeah,
Matt will know this.
Yeah, like I replaced all the springs on my ALU, my iArcade, and even on KI.
Our show / chat asked the hard hitting questions. You see,
Yeah.
Yes.
All the technical design stuff.
That's right.
I mean, I will say this: the joysticks feel really good. They feel a hell of a lot better than Xbox or Arcade 1-Ups, and they actually even feel better than the ALU.
Yes,
Like
sir.
there's just that nice smoothness to it, and it's not super clicky or loud or grindy at all. So I mean, it feels good. Like it has a little bit of weight to it and spring to it.
I can definitely tell somebody did that trackball right. Somebody in the community must have had something to do with that.
I wonder, is it perhaps named GRS?
Is it Glenn? Yes.
Yeah, I did swing on that thing earlier today. I was like, "Dang, man, that thing's smooth."
I know. After dealing with the ALU one, I'm like, and this sucker goes. And I have Glenn's. I don't know if you heard of iArcade.
The joysticks.
Yep. So he made another deck for that. So that's my first experience with his trackball and his sticks. So
cool.
That was actually very. So how did that come about? Getting partnership with Glenn and I mean, because you guys have been doing this for a while.
Yes.
And then to hit up Glenn for some of this, how did that transpire?
So Glenn is a longtime friend of one of our internal members, and they started chatting about a new product, and that's kind of where it came about from. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's a community guy, and that they have this relationship, you know. And
everything's based on community when it comes to getting these retro games out there.
Yeah. Well, we can definitely tell that you guys are really into that, especially community focus and things like that. Because you're just all over the place right now, and it's great to see. It's great to see. And by the way, I want to say real quick too, for those of you, we've got a couple of raids that came in. If you're not a member of our of Arcades Anonymous, please join, because when we hit 1,000, we're going to be giving away one of these tank sticks. Okay.
Yes, please, by all means. So real quick, I mean, I don't want to get too personal, but like, what is your like background on like gaming?
So I started gaming because of my younger brother. That's where I started. So we were playing, I guess Skylanders together or Tetris on an old BlackBerry phone from our parents growing up. So that's where the gaming kind of started. And then it morphed into playing like Overwatch with my brother, and he eventually moved to his own PC and built it. So it wasn't exactly as 2-player friendly as we once were playing. So he kind of drifted away doing his own thing there. And I went more into like music after that.
Right.
So is he jealous that you're working with an arcade company now?
I think I blew his mind when I was like, hey, I'm just going to pop over and go to the GDC this week. He's like, when and why and how can I come with? You have space in your luggage for me. So.
Yeah, I think you have the dream job of a lot of us right now. Yeah. So congratulations. You're doing a great job.
Thumper Squid, the referral link is in the description of this live stream. Get 10% off, man. You'll be helping out Gamer Fridge, but you'll also be helping out our X Arcade as well.
I'll pop it in the chat real quick here too.
No, it's a great
and
product.
in a roundabout way, you'll be helping out Winnie.
Exactly. The dog is barking in the background. Yes. Sorry. So who people hasn't physically touched one, like, are they made of like, is it metal, like plastic? What's the mold?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. So the people who hasn't physically touched your device now, is it a metal shell, plastic shell?
Wood.
It's wood.
It's wood.
Or the old tank sticks are wood. I think it might be plastic on the newer version just for durability.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the controller base is like a thick plastic, and the outside of it's kind of like that carbon fiber material.
Yeah, it's got like a.
But the pedestal itself is metal. Heavy ass steel.
Oh I think the whole thing weighs like 55, 60 pounds in total.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You-
and it does
if you
come with
put that in
wheels
rut-
and pedestal feet and everything that you can raise and stuff like that, and really make it solid.
Yep.
You would get a lot of money at the scrapyard for the metal.
So it
Also,
sounds like the big thing right now with this is the whole VR, right?
Yes,
with
it is.
So what is the experience out of the box for somebody who hasn't, like, what's the technical
Yeah.
need know-how to hook it up? Like, do you have to plug in directly to your VR, your MetaQuest? Does it hook up wirelessly? Is it run through the MetaQuest app? How seamlessly does all this connect and everything? I guess that's a question we got a bunch of experts here, so.
Yeah. So to connect, so straight out of the box, you get it, you put it together, and then with your Meta headset, there's this itty bitty dongle. If anybody has it, show. Yup, there it is. That connects into the side of your headset, and then it's basically Bluetooth paired to your Arcade 2 TV XR.
Okay.
So easy as that to get started, especially with Pinball FX VR, which
Do
is
not lose this.
you open the game and you play.
Yeah,
And it
don't
works
lose
with
the
any of
will.
the Meta 2, 3.
It works with 2 or 3.
Cool.
I think that's probably what has really taken at least our community by storm is the Pinball FX VR, and your stick married up with it, and I mean everybody's just going crazy over this thing, and how much I know that there's been a lot of, well, not a lot, but quite a few videos out.
Yes.
That are, and they're all just loving it, just loving this thing. Can you explain a little bit too, like what your relationship with Zen and your stick?
So I don't know the full story of the collaboration, how it went down, but I do know they were in talks, and it took about 10 days. That's it to get it to fully pair with each other before the release. And then I think, gosh, 5 days later, we were at the GDC demoing it. That's how fast it came around.
And I think it's a game changer, to be honest. I think that's your killer app, to be honest.
It is.
Yeah.
I think something that I personally would love to see is more of a chat function for the gaming community, so people can actually talk to each other and feel like they're in the same arcade to compete. Even if we're already seeing each other's high scores on the board, it'd be really cool to be able to talk there.
Now, do you have connections to be able to put that suggestion in with?
I do. I have a few email addresses that I can put suggestions in through.
That could be possibly something we see on the horizon.
I don't know for sure, but it's something I would like to see.
Sure.
Well, in the chat, you guys got suggestions for it. Let her have it.
Now, this sounds like a suggestion right here, actually. Will we be able to remap the Pinball FX VR controls, for example, nudge for the joystick to another button?
Yes, that's a good question.
That is a good question. It's keyboard mapped or X input or D input. So
we're talking about
pinball
inside the game itself. It's pre-mapped. So when I did mine on the PC, I was able to map the one of the right joystick to be the plunger. So you can pull that. Just being able to remap any of those buttons would be. I don't
think you can in VR yet, but like you were saying, you can with the PC version.
Right, because you're wired in because it's seeing it as a keyboard.
It is.
So that's possibly a good feature for possibility that they could add to it.
A feature update, yeah. So
that's like something that would do Zen would have to add in, right?
It would be.
Yeah.
But you could suggest it. That would be awesome. And so I know you said you don't know much about the technicals, but this is a really cool.
I do know that.
Is there any like talks or anything about getting it to work with other programs, other games, or opening this up, because MetaQuest doesn't see this as a controller natively.
Yes.
When it is there any way it could eventually be like a default at least one controller? Because if you, like I said, if you do it wired, it does see it as at least one Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Is there any way this can translate into two? it sees the 2 controllers in meta, that would be
Mhm.
something to look into, or maybe
is
suggest
definitely
to somebody.
Yeah, something to suggest to somebody and work with Meta with. I know we had a couple conversations at the GDC with them about potentially how we can be used together.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So here's a good question. Are y'all going to be working with any like partners that could possibly offer like vinyl overlays for the top of
Ooh.
the control panel? Because I know some people wanted black, and you've heard this before, and the default product is white.
I've seen a lot of people map out their old tank sticks with different vinyl covers. I think it'd be a very similar process, and I'm guessing Etsy probably has something right now, but that'd be a really good idea for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a G.I. Joe project to me.
Yeah.
I hate vinyl.
Oh, here's a
I think it looks gorgeous in white.
I do like the white, to be honest. I'm doing the whole white microphone, white desk, and everything. And it works with my aesthetic quite well.
White is a nice touch. It's different. It's not like what usually you see everything in black.
Yeah.
It's nice to see something different in white, man. Mike Hawk Hertz has a pretty good partnership suggestion for X Arcade in the future, possibly working with Evercade. A lot of their games lack trackball support, possible controller scheme and everything like that.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's a really good suggestion. Thank you.
Hey Vader, you little. I think you might have came in a little bit late. We already talked about that, and the haptics is in the works.
That's in the works, my man.
Haptics in the works.
Yeah, that's another good thing. Brooklyn Menace, the white really goes really good with the Black 3. So yeah, totally makes sense.
Oh, and that's one thing. You do have those little features, like the little hook for the meta, so you can just put it on there, and then you, of course, when you want to talk about how it uses because that's kind of the cool feature of syncing it up.
It is. So there's a really cool pass-through that happens when you pair it in X Arcade mode, in Pinball FX, or in Arcade Ranger. So basically, you hit start the game, play the game, and then it goes into this see-through mode, especially on Quest 3. So you can see your room around, and you get this instruction screen that says, put your handhelds into the 2 slots in front of you. Okay. So on the top of the Arcade 2 TV XR, there's 2 little like handheld like spots, and you put your hands into it, the like 2 handheld controllers for meta, and then specifically on Pinball FX VR, if you tap the 2 side flippers at the same time, the whole world will map around you, and the pinball machine will be perfectly where the Arcade 2 TV XR is.
That is dope.
And that works.
Really cool.
It is really cool. I was pretty amazed by that.
The pass-through is definitely one of the coolest features, especially because I've seen several people at the GDC do this. I'm guilty of doing it too. Is you're standing at your Arcade 2 TV XR in Pinball FX VR, and you're like, I want to see what this cabinet looks like from the side or from the bottom, or get my face down in the like top of the board to see all the like buttons and flashing lights. You can get as close as you want, and you see the sides of the machine, and it's all there. It feels so real.
Yeah. I also liked it how like once you set it up, the headset can notice like your arms folding back and forth if you're moving, like back and forth, like leaning. Your arms will actually move inside the game as well, like your blue see-through transparent arms. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see it, like notice that.
And so if the pinball basically setup blows up, and do you ever foresee just a pinball dedicated like stick like setup versus a multi arcade setup?
I don't quite have that answer, but I do know that leaning into pinball has a really big community, and people do want to see a specific pinball controller.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you guys like? What would your dream controller look like for just a pinball dedicated X Arcade controller?
I guess
haptics definitely.
Yeah, haptics, and then the traditional width of a traditional width of a pinball machine itself. Like
So kind of like what Pinbox does, right? Where it's like a small box controller with the plunger on the front, maybe even possibly the 2 flippers and maybe 2 nudge buttons.
Would you guys
on the
still
side.
like dream of it being the same like width and like length across for that? Or
I think the width is good.
okay.
Like that's what brings that even immersion more back into it.
Yeah.
I think it's really close. Like if you could get the haptics in this and then the plunger, physical plunger, I think that would be it. And then those
maybe even put some real little short stubby metal rails on the top, you know, the frame rails, so that it feels like a arcade pinball machine on your palms.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would bring the more realistic feel to it as well.
It will be interesting to see how if you're going to try to avoid the nudge buttons and include haptics, how you guys overcome the challenge there. That's one of the challenges I've seen with just VR pinball, or not VR pinball, but
cool.
Virtual pinball in general, is that the haptics often interfere with the accelerometers for the nudges and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of the controllers and a lot of the companies have included them, but you usually end up having to go in and turn one or the other off because they kind of cancel each other out. You know, the haptics are rumbling around in there and it senses that, and then the nudge gets triggered or something, you know.
Okay.
And then you're tilting.
Yeah.
Well,
So that'll be a big challenge, but it'll be interesting to see if you guys are aware of it already and working on problem solving and how you come about fixing that and overcome it.
Well, wouldn't you think that maybe like you could even maybe use the the meta controllers as your nudge? I mean, if you give it a little shove and there's feedback. I mean, there's some kind of feed in those controllers that it seems like there should be some way to make that happen. Maybe even again, maybe that's maybe a meta thing as well, but it seems like that would probably be the easy way to go too.
Yeah. That's some really good ideas.
Well,
it seems like you got a smart team on back there that, I mean, all the features and stuff that they've already built in and incorporated it. I'm sure it won't be too much of a challenge for them to figure out, but it'll be interesting to see because I'm not aware of anybody that's really solved it yet. You know, it's not the bugs are still there on a lot of these units that have both of those features, and usually end up having to, I think most people end up defaulting turning off the tilt and nudge feature and just opt for the button so that they can keep the haptics, because it just gets a little too annoying. But
yes, sir.
So Avie, tell us what you get when you buy this thing. Okay, what all comes with this? Is there any software that comes with it? Any gameplay or anything like that?
Yeah, I can totally talk about it. So it comes with that top, so the Tankstick VR controller at the top, and then the RGB lighting setup, so that neon light that's both atop the cross panel and the X Arcade logo on the bottom. You get an Arcade Ranger game access from Pumpkin VR and Quantar access from Pumpkin VR. And then you get Pinball FX from Zen Studios with this too. So
that's
the
awesome.
base 3 tables and the game come included. There's 3 different sets of restrictor gates for the 2 joysticks, a 4-way, a circular, and an octagon. 2 swappable bat top knobs for the joysticks. So if you don't like the round top, you can do bat top. 2 USB cables, one for powering the light strip and the other for USB connectivity to your computer. A DB9 adapter for connecting to optional adapters for various gaming consoles. Right there, featured on the screen right now.
Yep. Perfect timing.
Good timing. Tools for adjusting the height and a hex wrench for swapping the joystick knob. The tools are actually underneath the cabinet. There's a little
little secret compartment that I found. I'm like, what are these?
So it makes setting up a little bit easier and adjusting the height. You can like tighten and loosen that to your like heart's content. And then comes with the user manual and the adjustable pedestal.
Beautiful.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see mine's right here. Still in the box and getting ready to open it tomorrow. Can't wait to get it going. I'm not like, Brian, as soon as it came in, he opened it up and threw it together. I had to do a little bit of work today. But I'm really excited to get this thing up and going.
Hey, man, I'm like a kid in a candy store, man. Once something arrives at my door, I'm busting that thing open as soon as I can.
Well, it's hard to wait, especially when it's so fun.
I was like, I gotta see what this thing's all about. And I'm like, okay, so far, it's awesome. But wait till I hook up my Steam Deck to it, my Legion Go, and actually start playing with it. That's what I'm super excited about.
Do you guys have any favorite Pinball FX tables yet in the new VR version that works with this?
Mine is the World Cup soccer. I think that's the one. Like I told you, me and James are going back and forth on that one. I think that's, and I've actually played that one in real life too. So the fact that he's killing me on it, it just irks me. But that's another thing. You have the leaderboards of your friends and being able to play each other. So I say that one would be mine so far.
Mm-hmm.
Brian?
Mine's been Indiana Jones because I've never played that, and I'm super into it. I've actually gotten pretty good at it.
That's great. That's a really fun one.
Yeah.
Chat, if any of you people played this, the VR side of it, put in there what's your favorite gaming as well. I'd like to see what y'all like.
So what is Pumpkin?
Pumpkin Studios is a metagame creation studio. They create different games.
Okay.
So cool thing about Arcade Ranger, it actually, you see the actual Tankstick VR in VR, and it's set up exactly, and it does that same thing with the setup. So the fact that that's all kind of synced up for it. So I know when I originally played it, it was in beta. Had they gotten any further with it, or
they just released, I think it was a 1.4 update today or 1.2. They're working on unlocking the arcade cabinets in sandbox mode. Was their big thing this past week. I think I got a Discord notification about it today.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
So
actually, Mystery Encoder had a question, and actually concerns me as well. He said he's 6'4", which is I am as well. So how does does the stand go up and down for taller people? But then I have a young lady who stays with us, and she's 5'0". So how does it manipulate for people with various heights in their family?
it works really well for that. So I'm a part of the 5-0 club, and I still play on this thing.
Okay.
And then I've seen several 6-foot people try to play this at the convention a few weeks ago, and it's so easy to just hit the lever and raise it.
Oh, sweet.
If you look on the actor in this video, you can see kind of the height. I think he was probably 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 foot.
I'm trying to find the right video that was adjusting. They showed the adjustment on
there. They showed it in there, yeah.
I don't know if it was that one.
Our co-host that currently had to unfortunately leave because the internet's getting bad in his little bourbon room. We want to know what made the people at X Arcade implement the VR aspect. So many companies have some type of fighter stick, but yours seems the first to be able to specialize in VR. So why is that?
So my favorite response to that is we're preserving retro gaming for future generations to come. We want people to be able to experience being in an arcade even if you aren't leaving your house. We want to make sure people have the real feel of smashing the buttons, hitting the joystick, while having the arcade cabinets making the noise around you, and the jukebox going, and being able to really feel like you're there rather than have to find an arcade bar that's 2 hours away in order to play one game you really want to play. So we're giving people the opportunity to be at the arcade in their house.
And it feels like you have multiple machines. You're able to just decorate your entire room, make it look like an old arcade back in the day that had hundreds of machines in it, right? You want to have that feeling, be able to play any game you want to at the comfort of your home on one controller, but feel like you're playing any machine you wanted.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not getting the smell though.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy candles for that.
Yeah.
Well, Asus, I don't know if you know this, but Asus has a technology where they're putting like these those little tablets, those little essential oils for some reason in their mouse in monitors. I don't know if you can talk to them about expanding that.
That's kind of fun.
That's a real thing. I don't know. We kind of showed it off and we're like, what? Why?
Great. That's something my wife to get into. Essential oils in your monitor? Cool.
It just doesn't sound right.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
I want it on
But
my
Wi-Fi
mouse.
needed, yeah. Brian, you just tell her, say, well, we needed this because it has essential oils built into it. So we needed it for you.
All right, cool. Arcade's Anonymous flavor coming soon.
I don't want to know what that flavor would be.
Like, just melt a
must be
cigarette on a
carpet.
plastic ashtray.
Must be carpet, moldy carpet. with a touch of bourbon.
So real quick, I want to give away Pinball FX VR code to anybody in chat. All you gotta do is type in hashtag Pinball FX VR. I want to so all you gotta do if you win is just add me as a friend and I'll gift the code to you. Bobby, I still, or is it Bobby? No, or is it Kirby? Kirby, I still owe you for yesterday on Rascal's show, man. So if you got, MetaQuest, you need to add me on there. But yeah, if you do not have Pinball FX VR, please put in the hashtag code and we'll do a draw and then get you some Pinball FX VR.
Yep. I know, Avie, you probably don't know this, but do you have any? Maybe have some insight on whether any new tables are coming out anytime soon from them.
I don't have the answer from some studios.
We had to try.
Unfortunately, I know.
I
know they're always working on doing more, especially since they have so many tables already with the PC. Right. I like that they map out actual tables.
Yeah. Well, they've got quite a library, so I don't think it'll be. We're all going to be so blessed when that all happens.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're going to tap into their whole library and just slowly have them coming out. It would be nice, like they At Games does, and like weekly or monthly have new tables coming out and stuff that you guys. I mean, and that just brings new life to your product too, because it does.
Could you
another
imagine?
aspect is the AR version that it's doing that you can make it. You put a pinball machine right in your room. Have you played with that yet?
I have. I really like it, and the storage room to switch out what table you want to do is really easy to set up too. Because like you'll see a closet door and you can place it on like a wall in your room, and then you can grab other tables from it. So it was really simple to set up, and I liked seeing it in my basement. As you can see, I don't have as many arcades as you guys have, but I can see it in my own house.
Well, hell, after I bought this X Arcade, I can get rid of some of this stuff.
Yeah. You got to make space for a VR arcade.
Yeah, exactly. I got to have a VR space now.
So not everybody can be like Stock Jock and have an actual pinball machine. I'm really curious of like how it compares to his. So Stock Jock,
I'll let you know tomorrow when I hook this thing up. So
finally, you heard it.
Yeah.
Real quick, $4.99 super chat from one of our co-hosts. Free stinky BO candle with every purchase, aka Magic the Gathering armpit smell. Hashtag I don't smell, you smell.
He's gonna start bottling candles in his basement.
I'm good. All right, so just checking on the Pinball FX VR. I'm going to give it another minute, and then I'll just go ahead and run it, okay? So real quick, guys, you want to get a copy of Pinball FX VR? You win, add me on MetaQuest, man, as a friend, and I'll gift you the code, okay?
So Brian, she gave us a video of what it looks like for somebody on this if you
It
want
did.
it.
And
Here,
Yeah,
I'll
you
share
got
it
it?
real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is,
cool. And actually, Joe Cade, he super chatted
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that was me about an hour and a half ago, sitting down. I was like, nah.
there you go.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I was doing. I was like, I needed a perfect height.
So there
That's
you go.
pretty easy though.
It is. It's super smooth to move it too. So there's like no resistance on it, and it locks in as soon as you like release it.
Yeah, he's acting like
Oh,
it's
Joe
gonna be a
Arcade, I'm so
hard
sorry,
task.
my man. I totally missed the super chat earlier, man. My boy Joe Cade, man.
What's up, Joe?
I appreciate it, buddy. I'm so sorry I missed it earlier.
Even Retro Lizard gives us
And then Retro Lizard drops on it, man. Don't
Thank
sleep
you.
on X Arcade, dude.
and he builds these things.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
builds
Wow.
Yeah, this is his occupation. Like he builds those. Like it's your.
he builds custom.
Yeah,
Dang.
he's
build
an
ones.
artist.
He is.
Yeah.
He is a
We
god
have two artists. We have him, and then we have the guy down below me.
Wow.
Oh, yep, and
We're
he's,
really lucky to have two guys like that, and of course Glenn as well.
Yeah, super talented people in this space. Oh, and then our actual host, who's not here tonight, Nerd Lounge Master 84, wanted to thank you so much. So glad you came on the show, and so thank you so much for coming on for such short notice. Like I
Yeah.
literally emailed you like 1 o'clock this afternoon, and you're
Thank you
like,
guys for
"Sure
inviting
thing."
me.
So I really
Yes.
appreciate it.
and I have
This
to say,
this turned out better with her on here than if Todd was on here anyway.
and I like to say, I appreciate you. Like we talked behind stage, you supporting smaller creators and stuff. People are really excited. So, I mean, what was you said you dealt with some bigger creators. What was the thought process of like just hitting like smaller but really passionate communities like the home arcade community?
Yeah. So when I first came in, I came in from the background of lifestyle content and food and a couple like am I the asshole videos.
Yeah.
Like people that read those Reddit stories. So I came in from that sort of community where they have big followings and have brands like knocking down their doors to work with them. When I first stepped into this role, I looked at the arcade community and said, there's big people out there that will create giant videos that will get a lot of people to look at it. The big flashy neon light right there. But we need to find those creators that are willing to amplify each other's voices and bring together a community around this rather than just say, hey, look at this flashing light cool thing to show for 30 seconds. I think it's important to let people find excitement around their own communities and a product that fits in with how they communicate.
That was a beautiful answer.
Tastefully stated.
Good job.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at like other brands, including like, I guess, musicians, you'll see what fits into their brand universe for that person. It's not like the owner of Patagonia is going to go out and chop down a bunch of trees and post it.
Correct.
They're going to do things that amplify their brand and fit into their image. And I feel that people that are strongly passionate about what they do tend to get the best results.
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I like it.
I agree.
Real quick, Thor KC has a pretty good question. Does FX VR match the cabinet's height
It
with
does.
the tank stick? And it does, yes.
So whether you're sitting or you're standing, it's going to
Yep.
be right where you're supposed to be.
Yep. Because as
And
soon as
that-
you put those controllers into the spot, into their little slots, which, by the way, you can swap those out for spinners if you needed to.
You can,
Just saying.
especially to play Tron and stuff.
Exactly.
Oh.
But
He's like, ooh. Or Joel's favorite game,
Tempest.
Tempest. That's what I'm thinking. Tempest.
Mhm.
Joel. Tempest. VR. Come on.
Tempest in VR. There we go.
Save
Yeah.
my pennies.
And then, real quick, the best moderator in the home arcade community,
Yep.
Jason Little Alien, gifting 10 more Arcades Anonymous.
You're not a
memberships.
member by now. I don't know. What
Yeah.
to say.
Be surprised. Yeah, 21 tonight. So God bless, dude. Thank you so much for hooking us up.
Thank you,
man.
Jay.
Yeah,
Definitely,
thanks, Jay.
definitely.
And again, once we get to 1,000, Tankstick could be yours.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so go back to this real quick. Back to this giveaway, man. Let's say good luck to whoever is possibility. 17 entries, not bad. Good chance of winning. So drum roll, please.
That's with drum roll.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Hockey
Hockey
Town!
Town!
Oh, this
Hockey
guy
Town.
wins all the time, man. This guy's so lucky.
Big
Yeah.
supporter, man. He's a big
He's a
supporter of the community.
great
I
He
dude.
love
really is. Good
He's
So
guy.
yeah,
South-
Hockey Town. Hit me up on MetaQuest, man. I'm Chaotic BPR. I'm pretty easy to find, and I'll gift you a code.
He's
But
always
I
watching
can't-
my random streams. I love
But I
it.
can't do just one, man. I got to do another one. So let's draw it again, baby.
All right.
All right.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Of the 16 left, and hey, Al. All right, man. Good.
Oh,
Congrats,
I, or all. Who knows? Whatever it is.
That's one of my
Either
good
way-
friends in the arcade or the 4KP community on the 4KP pinball. So
Sweet. Congrats.
appreciate it, buddy. We got you
I
taken care
Look
of.
forward to
All right, Brian,
What do
roll it one more time, 'cause I'm giving one away too.
One more.
one more.
Uno más.
Okay. Let me share the screen one more time.
Don't delete it.
Nope, will not delete it.
Remember, get a tank stick. You also get the Pinball FX VR comes with it.
Yep,
And
comes with
Arcade
it.
Ranger.
And Arcade Ranger.
And Arcade
correct.
Ranger.
And Arcade Ranger. Yes, that's right.
All right, so 15 entries. Good luck. Roll it a third time. So I just got to remember Hockey Town, Al, and
Which watch replay?
Richard.
All right. Yep. And I think we're already friends, and that's good.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
already
One
friends
more
with him,
time.
too,
Roll it
so.
one more time, Ryan. I told you I'd do two.
You gonna do two? Okay,
Yep.
14 entries left. Let's roll it.
He has the tank stick too.
What Richard Ellis says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Pixelated
Oh.
Traveler? Did it win?
hey, beard, man.
Oh,
No, there it is. Oh, we had a little.
wow, that was mean. That was mean.
All right. So
That
you've
was
got
rude.
to. I'm Stock Jock.
Congrats.
I'm Stock Jock. Just STOKJOCK. Hit me up.
Yep.
I think Rich. I think we're already friends. If not, hit me up as well, Rich Odello. Okay. Just
Yep.
hit me up, and we'll get a code over to you. All right.
Perfect, man. Perfect. So sorry, guys. Back to the show. How much is the Arcade 2 TV XR?
Tank stick VR.
Tank Stick
Tank Stick
VR. Come
VR.
on, just say what it really is. okay?
$3.99.
$399, and that comes with the pedestal and the control panel, right?
It does. But
Yep.
if you just want the controller top, the Tank Stick VR controller only, that's $299.
Not bad. Like seriously, not bad. Considering it was what $499 during pre-orders and when it first came out, and then y'all dropped it
Yep.
to $399, which is to me that's an incredible value for what it is and what it is capable of doing, and then the fact that y'all are still going to support it more
Yep.
and add more to it. Like y'all just added spinners.
Right.
People can go ahead and buy those now, and then you're also talking about haptics added to it, maybe possibly a plunger, a accelerometer. Like the sounds like y'all had so many plans for it, and y'all have gotten so many ideas for it, and y'all are continuing to support it. And that's what we really need from like a home arcade company. It's just like, hey, here's a product. We're not bringing out a new product right now. We're going to continue supporting this
Yep.
one.
We hear what you guys are saying in our comments. That's where the spinners came from. Because early in development, especially with pre-release, when people were like pre-ordering, a lot of the comments were, we need spinners. Can you guys get us spinners? We need spinners for this. So that's what we did. So we're always listening. Our ears are open and ready to keep building with you guys.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So have you guys thought of? I know you guys got the controller deck down pack. Have you thought about maybe adding maybe like a Raspberry Pi, or maybe talking to Glenn about his Viper board, or adding actually a brain to this that it could be like just a standalone plug and play kind of a thing? Maybe as an add-on option or as a bundle or something like that. Has anybody thought about that?
I think there's something in the works right now.
Ooh.
there's a plugin in the works that I know about that we were demoing a little bit at the GDC
Yes,
of
It
like
looks like
showing.
there was a Raspberry Pi plugin available on your website, right? Already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something
So-
that can be added.
We're working.
Okay. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Connect up to your Build-A-Cade.
And honestly, it's also a good product for like the modding community to participate in. Like, I imagine somebody would probably make 3D gun holsters, light gun holsters on side on it.
Yeah,
One of the
that's
booths we were
another
next to.
aspect would be the light
No,
gun.
go ahead.
No, the light gun avenue would be probably the next step I would recommend or consider.
There you go.
We had
That's
a
what
light
Wizard
gun company next to us at the GDC, and they commented on one of our posts recently about it. They were like, "So when are you making it light gun compatible?"
Yep.
So we'll see where that goes.
So do you include shipping in the price, or is shipping an added cost?
Unfortunately, shipping is an added cost, but
We had a question in the chat of the stand being $99 on its own. Is
It
there an
is.
advantage of getting it in the bundle or deciding later? I'm assuming shipping might be a little cheaper if you bundle it
I
all.
think shipping is cheaper if you bundle.
Okay.
But also, if you don't want to pay for shipping, it's at Micro Center.
There you go. It's
So
on
you can
Amazon.
just go up at your local Micro
Whoa!
Center.
I did not know it was at Micro Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Micro Center. I saw that. It's also on Amazon too, right?
It is on Amazon too. So if you want to just outright get it shipped by Amazon, it's there.
Sweet.
And Jay's code works at Micro Center.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
give
work
me my
at Micro
code.
Center.
Can I at least get a shout out that I don't care about the referral. This is just that we influenced them. That's all I
Yeah.
care about.
Got to put a sticker on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jay told me about this.
I've been influenced.
I was influenced by this. That's awesome.
Yeah, not to be political, but I think it's actually a valid question. Where are they made? Our prices subject to increase with everything going
Yeah,
on.
I
tariffs.
know we're
right.
shipping from the United States right now from what stock we have here. I don't know exactly where they're built, but I know they're designed in the United States and our shipping's here right now. So
Yes,
with
ma'am.
what stock we have here, that shouldn't be an issue.
And I will say this, and I said this in the pre-show. I ordered mine on Saturday, and I got it yesterday.
Yeah,
That's
ridiculous.
how fast they get these things out.
Yep. And I ordered mine on Saturday, got it today. So
Yep.
it's quick. Like literally it came from Jacksonville and it made it to Georgia like 2 days. So
Yeah.
I'm super happy about it.
Yeah. And so
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, free shipping
Yeah.
on Amazon, but the price is higher. Sold by Micro Center. So there you go. Micro Center, I guess, is the one selling it there on there too. There you
yeah.
go. So if you want the deep discount but have to pay for shipping, get it from X Arcade's website. Because with Jay's code, 10% off. I think my total was like, gosh, I don't even remember, 380.
Yeah.
That's
That's what mine was
ridiculous.
too.
Yeah, it was like 387.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat that, man. It beats that 474 easy.
I mean,
475,
especially
yeah.
when we're talking 700 to 800 hours for home arcade products now. It's like that actually seems like a deal now.
Yeah.
So you have the VR Tankstick VR.
Yes.
You guys do have other products too. Do you know?
We do.
I mean, we're tinkerers. We like to build stuff. So, what other stuff do you guys have to offer?
So other products we have to offer. I have what we call the Tankstick family. So right now, the latest model is that Tankstick VR we've been talking about. We go down, we have Tankstick Max, and we have the regular Tankstick, which are wooden based tops instead of that like carbon fiber.
Mhm.
And I believe Tankstick Max comes with spinners already built in too. Yeah,
there you
there it
go.
is.
Yep. Okay.
This is the OG. This is when I've ever heard of you guys. This is
Yeah.
what I think of is when I see X Arcades, that old school X. This is
Yeah.
a classic.
So that one's the second generation of a tank stick.
So
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
First
that-
tank stick doesn't have the spinners or the red light.
Yeah.
So what made you guys kind of not take this design to the newer version? Because this one you've had forever, and just make it white. Was there a thought process? I mean, I noticed that the screws, the one we don't have the screw tops like that, which is a
good thing.
Good thing, yeah.
So I don't quite know the whole design process because I came in after it was fully designed,
Yes,
but I do know that they liked the look of the LED lights and the white with the Meta headset. So I think that's where the switch to the white came from, because the push to VR, especially with the Pinball FX VR and Arcade Ranger, has been super important.
And Jason the Alien's also saying the Tankstick Max also features parts by Glenn.
Yo.
There you go.
Glenn's everywhere.
Yep, he's a great dude.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people were taking the Tankstick Max and like creating a control panel around it, like to fit into like a stand-up
arcade. Yep.
And then X Arcade used to make an arcade cabinet, didn't they?
I believe so. There's a really, really old version of something called the Arcade 2 TV that looks like an old like arcade cab.
Okay, I think that's what I've seen before. Yeah,
but I don't think they sell that anymore.
Yeah, I saw it was sold out. And then y'all got like y'all got coin doors, replacement parts. Even the Tankstick VR even comes with like replacement micro switches for the buttons, right?
Yeah.
Y'all thought of everything.
Yeah, they really did.
So you can customize it however you want, and I know some people might want it to look closer to the old versions, and you can vinyl wrap it yourself, or probably find something on Etsy to vinyl wrap with.
Man, that's awesome.
So you can build it to your heart's content, especially if you want to like DIY like an arcade cabinet around it, or you could like attach a monitor. I know Glenn attached a projector at one point.
Yeah, I know he asked for a shelf so he could put make it in. What is it? The projectorcade that Arcade 1-Up made. This would be I mean, they do have these like mini projectors. I think there would be a way to actually pull that off.
Does the screw cover tops interfere with the trackball at all? I didn't have any issues with it. It's like pretty flat, like flush with the with the top of the machine. You know what I'm talking about, Jay, with those 4 screw.
With the trackball? No, it doesn't interfere at all.
Probably the only person that would bother be James hates everything because we've seen him play his golf and just.
And they're rounded tops too. They're more of a smooth round, so you're not. It's not like you're catching
pretty
yourself.
Flush.
Yeah, and it does have like a smooth round. I never ever noticed, and I got it working with a bowling game that I went at it with it, and the sucker was spinning like crazy. I never had any issue with that.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Chat, y'all got any more questions before we start wrapping this up?
Yeah, definitely. Anything you want to add? Anything coming up? Anything like secret that you can let us know?
I don't have anything secret that I can let you know besides the haptics right now.
Okay.
Follow us on social media because we're always putting out content there and working on that for our channels.
And you will personally answer every social media question is asked, won't you?
I do. I play customer service and help people on that line. Or if you have suggestions, like how people put spinners in the chat. So if you have like suggestions, feel free to comment. We'll look at them and we'll see them, and hopefully we'll implement them in the future.
Sweet.
All right. Well, Todd's got a question for the panel. Matt, interested?
Actually, I'm heavily intrigued now. It's like life has been upside down for me for a while. So, but yeah, based on this conversation, there's a decent chance. Yes.
Awesome.
I like it. Yeah, I gotta maybe sell a few things and save some money, but I'll eventually probably maybe get one. I don't know. Seems I need something to make some use of the MetaQuest. So
it's a lot more fun to play Pinball FX VR when you really got something in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have the exclusive. you're the only thing that works with that too.
We are.
Some people are complaining about that, but you guys got that cornered, and now I was like, yeah, this is
Yeah, I mean, I work for Act Games, and I wish they would implement the MetaQuest into the cabinet somehow. That would be dope. But hey, this is all right. I'll take this.
Yeah.
You guys beat them to the punch.
Yeah.
And also goes back to the price point. Like the 4KP is like when it's all in is like almost $2,000. Like, then you with the MetaQuest and this, you're talking what worst case for what $800 if you get a 3S.
Yeah.
And this, yeah. So
Yeah. I mean,
I say this is it's a bargain.
$400
And
altogether.
with the potential of many tables and many arcades.
Yep. Saves you some money instead of having to buy multiple pinball tables to place in your house and run out of room eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just think, guys, we get this working with EMU VR.
Yeah.
It's over with, dude. It's over with. The whole community is just going to go VR and go nuts.
We'll send Abby. We'll send you a link once we get it up and running really well, so you guys can see it because it's very impressive.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, man, God bless B. Kirby. You got so much better interviewers than James.
Oh, wow.
This one on Christmas vacation.
We love
Forgetting what he
James,
was
but
talking
thank
about. What happened? Is it hot in here?
My must-watch Christmas movie every single time.
B. Kirby, I love it, dude. John Day, looks like y'all. Looks like you truly love your job at X Arcade. X Arcade.
Yes.
9-year-old daughter. I want her to be happy with whatever she does. So, God, that's awesome. Dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really appreciate it.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like let's see. Here you go. Add a bottle opener.
See, I think super glue exists for a reason.
Yeah.
You just
I could see that
take a
being
magnet version, put it
consumer
on.
or like a community mod going on there.
Yeah.
Retro
You guys
Lizard,
like
get that
DIY.
3D printer going.
Yep.
I say if you ever want to work with somebody, I would recommend Brooklyn. He's too shy to ask, but he is VR streamer all the time. He's always doing VR streams. He is a great community member. I highly recommend.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just a really good guy, and he loves VR, and I think this would be a perfect for him.
And he's a wealth of information.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
He's definitely a must on your list there.
Yeah.
To get with it.
Yeah, he's
and a
too
really
shy
good
to
guy
ask,
too.
but I'll ask for him. Yeah, definitely a great guy.
And it looks like the home arcade community loves you, and they're going to give you a new nickname. You're
Tank Girl.
Tank Girl. That's a perfect
like it.
That'd be a really good superhero name.
Yeah, there you go.
Your name you should change your name and
Change my name in chat to Tank Girl.
Yeah,
I like
Tank
it.
Girl. Oh, that's perfect. And you can be in the leaderboards. Are you on the leaderboards at all?
I was when it first came out. I don't
When
know where
nobody
I
was playing.
stand this week because I was creating some content based off of it, I think, last week.
Yes, ma'am.
And
It was badass.
my score was up there on the pirate one for a minute probably. But as soon as everybody else started playing, I'm sure that got taken down really quick.
I haven't checked. Mine was up there pretty good on the pirate, but like you said, once people start coming in, we were able to compete with people. But
Right.
I was in the top 100 for a little bit, so I'm proud of that. And then
Yeah,
I just flipped over to my friends, and then we go at it. So I love to get these guys on here, and we see who Arcades Anonymous who's good here.
Yep.
That'll definitely be tomorrow.
And you
for
don't
me.
need the tank stick for just the VR part of it. So, and then you.
But it's so much better with it, right?
It's
Abby?
so much
lot better
better.
with it.
Good.
And remember, you get 10% off right now.
Yep.
Through Jake's
Jack, you're
link.
such a good salesman.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
There's your number one fan.
Hey, thanks, MG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us and on such short notice. You've been a super good treat to just hang out and nerd out and tell us about the product and everything. Anytime you want to join us again, we would love to have you, especially if you got something new you want to announce
Yes,
in the future. Please hit me up, hit Todd up, any of us up.
Yeah.
You've been so great to have, and such a fresh of fresh air.
Yes. Yeah.
Just
Cool.
in the home arcade community. Just talking to us about products.
You need to go to Cleveland too, by the Cleveland Gaming Classic.
Yeah.
Gaming
Yeah,
classic.
you guys need to go to that. It's a great plus we'll all be there. Plus, a bunch of the communities all going to that one.
Okay.
So check that one out. It's in September.
In September.
plenty of
Okay.
time.
I'll ping my
Yes, ma'am.
community about it.
So-
thank you.
So in Atlanta, they had the Southern Fried Gaming Expo.
Okay.
Yep.
Bobo VR. I don't know if you ever heard of Bobo VR.
Okay.
They make accessories for the MetaQuest, but they had a giant area for people just to play VR there. It'd
Yeah.
be cool to have something like some of y'all there for just setting
To
up
play.
a tank stick for pinball and everything, just to get people into that.
Yep.
So that's just something else to think about. But yeah, there you go. Thank you, Nix. The Bobo VR S3 Pro is a great battery headset. It's awesome. All right, everybody's keyboard clacking away. I'm going to go ahead and
That
say
was
okay.
goodbye to everybody.
That's Matt. That's Matt. He's ordering
That was
one.
me. No, I wasn't. I was saying just telling Hockey Town to have a good night.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yeah. He's a good
All right,
dude.
thank y'all so much for coming.
Thank you guys for
and
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, and everybody that all the gift memberships and the super chats. God bless, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yep.
We'll see y'all in the next Arcades Anonymous
All right.
next week. Y'all take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Have a good one.
Yeah.